Well, in October, we talk a lot about breast cancer awareness, but the push happens year-round and all over, like the golf course. For the Cure is in its 21st year. It's at Tiburon, June 3rd. Our guests are going to be there. Organizers Sherry Magwire and Jody Ford. Karen Danu is the executive director of Komen, Nebraska. Karen, it's always nice to have you here, and it's nice to meet both of you.
Thank you.
For an event to be around for that length of time, it's people enjoy it. It's obviously a success.
Yep.
Set it up for us, if you wouldn't mind. What is the day like for the golfers who come back, and then pitch it to those who might be new?
Okay. So it's a 4-person scramble for women. It's only a women's only tournament, and we have 4 different flights, so it's all levels of play. We pay out 4 different flights. The ladies all dress in pink, and we have a great time. They have a lot of fun. Tiburon helps us out a lot. They put the guys on the beer cart instead of the girls.
I like
and
that.
So, and we'll have on some of the par 3s, we'll have some semi-pro hitters playing for us and for a small donation. But that's a lot of fun. It starts at 6:30, the registration starts, and then we actually tee off at a shotgun start at 7:45, and we finish up about 12:30 with a luncheon.
I feel like I just saw you in one of the pictures.
Probably.
Do you guys play, or you're
We
organizing?
do play.
Yep. Is it fun? Do you?
Absolutely, it's a lot of fun.
Are there survivors there too?
There
What is
are.
this?
We usually have about 14 to 16 survivors who are there. We recognize them at the luncheon. And then we also do a moment of silence for those who have lost the battle.
Well, and co-survivors, Karen, that's one of the things that we talk about is breast cancer and just the disease, how it affects not just the patient, but the entire family. So to have sisters or daughters who wanted to play in an event like this. Jody, how do you encourage people to get involved? I mean, it's limited. You can't open it up to like thousands of people. So spots are what they are. Well,
they are.
Yeah.
So we start early in the year by sending an email to hold the date for all of the previous participants, and I think we have about a 70% return rate
That's
on
awesome.
our golfers. And so a lot of ladies just have it on the calendar. They just know it's the first Friday every June, and they just plan to be there.
Yeah.
We also use our website. We have a Facebook site, For the Cure, and it's F-O-R-E,
Yes.
The Cure.
Just add the E, please.
Yep, add the E. Like in for.
Like I just hit a horrible tee shot.
Exactly.
Look alive to the right. Yeah.
Right.
How much money have you raised over the years? Like, do you have an annual average? Do you know over a couple of decades how much you've brought in?
You know, we raise about $12,000 to $15,000 a year. That's through corporate sponsors. We have different levels of sponsorship that they can do to get whole signage or signage at the banquet, and then the actual golf entry fee. There's a little bit that goes back to the Komen
So
Foundation.
Karen,
also.
how do you use that money?
You know, like we use all of our money, Mary, we pay or we allow women to have mammograms that are paid for. If you can't afford them, we pay for treatment support, survivorship programs, and education. You know, like we've talked about, you know, this event is so great about just raising awareness and having fun at the same time.
Right, it's a very serious disease, but raising money can be fun. Right, let's live a little bit here. If we're going to beat cancer, let's enjoy the life after the fact. Karen, some people see Komen and they think it's just a national organization.
Right.
As Nebraska's chapter, how much of the money that comes in from an event like this or that you raise throughout the year, how much of it stays local?
So 75% of our net proceeds stay here for those programs in Nebraska, and the other 25% goes to breast cancer research.
You've done a lot to try to open it up so that people aren't going without screenings. You've got
Correct.
this new van that I know you're really excited about to take throughout the community to make sure more women. Long term, what do you see as your goal here in the state of Nebraska and the impact you're making on those lives?
We want to have Nebraska not be 40th for a mammogram screening rate. We want to, you know, we should be up in the top 10, you know. And so that's our long-term goal, is to get more women screened.
And money, you know, is a barrier for a lot of women who...
And time
finances.
and, you know, access if it's not available, you know.
And having a mobile unit now to where you can go out and do those. You're taking away all of those
Trying to
those
take away.
reasons not to, so that you're ideally getting to the diagnosis early and saving those lives. You're passionate about this because Karen and I, we see each other on a pretty regular basis at different events throughout the year. I know how passionate you are. What about the two of you? What brings you to this cause?
Well, my sister is a breast cancer survivor, and she found it early with a self-exam. So I have a lot of passion about go out there, make sure they're getting their mammograms, do your monthly self-exam. Early awareness saves lives. So,
And what about you, Jody?
I have a really good friend who's battling breast cancer.
Right now? It's it's very emotional.
Yeah, it is.
I cried. We had an event a few weeks ago, Karen, and I stood on that stage and I cried talking about it because for me it was my uncle, and it's, you know, I know a lot of eyes open wide when I say that because the numbers are so small, but men do get breast cancer, and so that was my first experience with it as a child. I didn't know a man who was more masculine. He was career military and shaved head and like Mr. Clean, and to have that experience with breast cancer, and then of course several women in my life since then. But I feel like all of us are so passionate about coming to this and saying that next generation, we want them to stand a better chance of either finding that cancer or beating that cancer. And so that's why I appreciate so much what you do at Komen, Nebraska. And to have an event where, how many times are you going to golf this year? And how many times can you say it was just about you and blowing off steam and getting some exercise? But in this case, it means even more. So what's the deadline to sign up, gals?
Deadline is Friday, May 27th. We'll close the registration if we fill earlier.
Yeah.
We have
I'd love that.
we have room for 10 teams left.
Right now.
So we're
But you
we're
can
getting
sign up
full.
as a person, and then you'll just put people, if they don't have a foursome.
Absolutely, absolutely. We have the game is a foursome, but we will
Sure.
pair you up with other people.
Make friends,
Yeah,
right? You don't know
absolutely.
who you're going to get paired with. I think that's fun too. But listen,
Exactly.
if you've got 4 gals who want to get together, it's you and your mom and a couple of friends, please golf at Tiburon on June 3rd. Registration there. You can learn more about the event on Facebook. Search For the Cure, and then KomenNebraska.org if you'd like to learn more about the organization itself. Have an awesome day
Thank you.
on the
Thank
golf
you.
course, and Karen, we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.